that one up. You guys screwed that one up so bad.
All right. Well, welcome to the podcast. It's Friday night, and here we are with the couple of bros. We got Chance the Umbreon.
Okay, you don't need to associate me with a persona. I'm just saying.
I'm associating you with your hat.
What? The way you made that sound like I have a secret persona that I don't want anyone to know about.
You're wearing an Umbreon hat. Anyways, we have also got Dan the Hobo. How you doing, Dan?
I'm not a hobo, right? I just don't. That's a good one. I just don't want to shave, dude. It's finally starting to grow in just a little bit.
That's what I came up with.
All right, you can't even
We
hear
also
us.
got me, Bergomer, or Grant, or the skinniest chief ever.
Skinniest
Chance
chief
and I were
ever.
just talking right before this when I said that I look like Chief, but he kind of gave up on the whole army and military thing. And
on the steroids, he just
You gotta
became
take that helmet off, dude.
Dude, he either had a midlife.
Welcome to the stream. Good to be here. We are unfortunately missing our good friend Tim tonight, but
Yeah,
I'm sure he's having a good time. He's just out camping this weekend.
he's a loser. Big, stupid, meanie, dumb loser. Can't even upload a video, bro. That's what he's got to do. Can't even do that.
Dude, he's channeling his inner Tarzan. All right, he wants to be close to nature.
Yeah, okay. Does he want to beat some gorilla cheeks or something?
I know that's what you want to do there. You want to beat some cheeks there, Dan? Is that what you want?
What a way to
dude,
start.
Let me beat some gorilla cheeks. All right.
We are here for the Friday night podcast, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna podcast on a Friday night.
I like the plans that we have, dude. I like
These
the plans that we have.
Good plans.
Okay, hold on.
Good plans. We've got good topics to cover tonight. Hope everyone's having a good night.
Can I play the intro thing?
Oh, please,
Dan, you play that intro.
Okay, please hold on, dude. Hold on. Where's the sponsorship, Joe? Bro, we don't have it. Okay, hold on. So 1 sec. I gotta make sure.
Oh, what?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that's the best thing to do. I'm so sorry if that was really loud.
My ears.
I am so sorry.
No.
I couldn't hear that.
Sorry, chat. First time there's gonna be some...
I didn't realize it was gonna blow someone's ears, so I'm sorry about that.
I saw Tim come on, and I was like, is Tim here? And then I see fucking Dan's ass in my face.
That's right, dude.
Chance, did you not watch that before?
No.
You've never watched that before?
That is the first time I've seen it.
Oh.
Oh,
I got another one that I can play, but Grant didn't like that one as much, so.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll play it.
Maybe we'll do that. We'll do that one at the end.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, we'll do that one at the end. I have to find it though, so.
All right.
I'll find that and I'll cue it.
We're gonna get right into right into the news.
Right into the
There's been some issues the last couple days.
Oh gosh, we're actually gonna go into this one first. All right, here we go.
All right.
Yeah, we are. We're gonna get right into it.
I love going deep
Fortnite
first. Right away, just go deep.
Has some things happening with it. Chance, why don't you tell us about what's happening there?
Oh, the Fortnite map controversy, correct?
Yeah. You want me to take that over?
Yeah, I've read up on a bit of it. It's more so they were. Actually, you know what, Dan? You go ahead. I'm trying to collect my thoughts here.
All right,
I'm
so
sorry.
First, hold on. Gosh, freaking dang it! Every single time I go to pop this thing open, and there we go.
There it is. There's
the
sponsorship that you were looking for.
Please, dudes. It's that easy. How hard is it to just here you go, dude? You're using our stuff. Here's $1. I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with free LaCroix anyway.
Just to say that one of these was sponsored by LaCroix, like give us $1.
That'd be sick. I don't even care if it's for nothing. It'd be sick. I think it would be cool.
I don't think you can even sponsor something for nothing.
You almost had it. Gotta be quicker than that.
Anyway, all right. Let me tell you real quick what's going on. Here's the thing. This is I've read about this a little bit, and I've listened to some people talk about it, but I keep seeing different things as to from what people say to what I read to then what people say. So it's like I'm not entirely sure because there's so many different stories that what I've heard about this from what I've heard. So I'll just kind of try and sum this up the best I can. Fortnite, right? Big game. It's a big game. It's on mobile. It went on mobile however many years ago, and it's been on mobile for a while. Google
Okay.
and Apple, they are big in the, Play Store kind of thing, if you will. Apple has Apple's Apple App Store or whatever it's called, and Apple has the App Store. Google has
Apple app.
Google Play Store, right? Shut up, Chance, you're throwing me off. You're throwing me off. Just let me explain this. So they each have their own app store, right? And the thing is that they have specific rules that pretty much state we will take 30% of sales. But the thing is that these apps are not allowed to have any sort of in-game or in-app payments that bypass Google or Apple getting a pay cut out of that. So let's just say if I'm making an app, right? And I make a Sudoku app or I make a LaCroix app, dude. I made a LaCroix app, all right? And what I do is you have to pay me $1. Then that means if you paid me the dollar for whatever it's for, then that means that I would get 70 cents and Apple or Google, depending on where it's from. If you're using iOS or Android, will then get 30 cents. That's how it works. Fortnite came around to figure out that there's this way that they can make in-app purchases not go through Google or Apple's Play Store to where all the money would go directly to them. And as soon as that happened, Apple took it down. They're just like, no, you can't do that because it violates our excuse me, LaCroix burps. It violates our policy, right? So you're not allowed to have this game. You're not allowed to use our store. And that's what happened. Apple took down Fortnite. Google soon after followed suit. So Fortnite is not on Android through the Google Play Store or iOS, which is only through the App Store. Fortnite has been streaming on Twitch for, I think they're still going, right? Hold on, let me check. As of right now, why is it? No. As of right now, they're actually not online, but they were for at least 24 hours trying to raise awareness, playing the same looped video. It's about a 30-second video, pretty much saying, screw Apple, like, we don't want this to turn into some sort of dictatorship, pretty much, or like a brainwashing thing. They're pretty much calling on big tech companies not being able to like monopolize is essentially what it is. I'm pretty sure from what I've gotten. Again, some of my stuff could be a little off just because I have heard a lot of things and I have read a lot of things, and there have been different bits of information from what I've heard and from what I've read. But that's a gist of it. Fortnite is not in the App Store anymore, and it's pretty much trying to combat a monopolization of sorts.
Tim brings up a good point right there. The absolute irony of Epic trying to do any of that.
You're not wrong there. I think Tim brings up a good point in terms of the irony, but at the same time, I kind of see it. I see it one way. I see how Tim's saying it, but I also see it in the sense of like Epic Games is not a giant monopoly in the sense of Apple, or they're not. Epic Games is a huge company, but they're not like Apple in the same way, because Apple is very just they're very controlling, and they're not willing to like work with small companies. They're like, these are our rules. If you can't follow them, screw you. We can't deal with you. So it is what it is.
Now here's my thing on that. I thought monopolizing something was. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought monopolizing something was illegal in the U.S. Like
No.
having a monopoly on anything.
No, I don't think so. As far as I know, it's not.
What the hell was I told differently back then?
Personally,
It
I'm
is.
not
wait,
positive whether
No,
it
it
is or
can't
not,
be.
but
Maybe monopolization was the wrong word. Maybe I'm thinking of just like being a big old giant thing. Monopolization.
Tim seems to agree with me there.
yeah,
Oh, it is illegal. Oh, I didn't know that.
interesting.
That's interesting. I really didn't know that. That's what I was reading. It was like they're trying to monopolize, and I was like, "What's the big deal?" I mean, anyway, now it's illegal, so now that opens more light. Anyway, scuffed. It's interesting though, because I mean, here's the thing: they're not, because Apple and Google, while they are really big companies and they are trying to pretty much like become these giant entities. I think it was like what, maybe last week or the week before. Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon, one other company. They were in like court under pretty much saying like, "Are you trying to monopolize?" And they're like, "No, we're not doing that." It was also against private data, like selling users' data. Anyway, there's a lot of lawsuits. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I don't want to jump down a bunch of rabbit holes. Pretty much, Fortnite's not on the App Store anymore. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I mean, as far as like people not being allowed to break the rules, I think that I'm a big fan of large punishment for pretty much anything. Because if you're breaking rules or laws in any case, it's really easy to just follow the law or follow the rules, and then you don't get punished. And so, I mean, I'm pretty torn on this one because while I believe that, while I, by principle, I'm not allowed to agree with Apple on anything. At the same time,
Apple
if you have
sucks.
rules
By
and those
principle.
rules are broken, then you're within your power and right to do something about that. Um, but as far as, I mean, especially 30% of any sale that someone does seems really steep.
So here's the
But
thing.
yeah, but here's the thing as well. Like it's there. I see that it might be a decent chunk to be taking out of somebody else's game, but at the same time, you're trying to put your game on Apple's platform. So at the same time, I can see it's what Apple says. It's kind of like living in your friend's house. Their rules, you have to
Yeah,
accept it.
Hmm.
yeah,
You know
that's
what I
fair.
Hmm.
mean?
It's Oh, is that popping up? I think that's popping up. 1 second.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Cover my face, Dan.
I'm so sorry, dude. Didn't mean to do that. Um, Here's the thing. Like, I can agree with both of you in the sense that, like, a lot of people are talking about how it's crazy that these big companies can do whatever they want, and that shouldn't be it, especially if they're like taking 30% off of these small developers trying to just like make a living. But at the same time, they're not technically speaking doing anything illegal. They're just being greedy, if you can call that. Like, I don't want to say that that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, it kind of is, but it is what it is. But it's if they're not breaking any laws, they're entitled to do what they want as it is their business.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it sucks that they're doing this and they're not giving the opportunity to work with other people. So it's a giant conundrum. I think it's kind of cool though that we're getting a big company like Epic Games to try and fight this a little bit. Because here's the thing, I don't expect really anything to happen, maybe except maybe like Apple and Google saying, "Oh, we'll take like 20%." Like they might lower it a little bit. Other than that, like what's going to come from this? I don't see anything coming from this really, besides maybe a slight change in how they operate.
I don't see anything in terms of money being spent anyway. I doubt Apple's going to move from the 30%, and if so, it's going to be a barely any sort of move. Maybe like 2% off of it. Maybe they'll take like
Maybe.
27%.
Hmm.
But I think Apple's too greedy of a company to really lower it down too much.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what's going to happen because with like I said just a second ago, but I'm going to repeat myself. With Epic Games being as big as they are, and them taking Fortnite, arguably the biggest game to have ever existed, off of the App Store, what is that going to do?
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Hmm.
For sure. But um,
Well, what, Grant?
I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
What,
I
Grant?
think
Tell
it'll be
me.
interesting. I think it will be interesting. Shut up, Dan. Jeez. I think it will be interesting to see if anything comes of this, and if something does, like what it changes, what it does. I mean, one of them has, well, they don't have to, but I think at least one of them will want to make some sort of compromise.
Mm,
And personally, I think that Epic would break first and say, "Hey, sorry, can we like renegotiate either the percentage, or can we just put our app back on and we'll follow the rules?" Uh, but I think that it would be in Epic's best interest just because of how big of a game Fortnite is. And I mean, I don't
Well,
think that they're necessarily going to stop having people download it anytime soon.
well, the thing
well, now,
is that it's not on the App Store. They can't download it.
well, now here's the thing for that. Now, since they did take it off
Yeah.
the App Store, does that mean that anyone who had it downloaded basically had it uninstalled?
I never looked into it personally.
I don't
I would
I don't believe
assume
it would work like that.
I would assume that they would still technically speaking have it on, but they're not able to then get any more updates. I
I think it
think
would
that's
be
how it
similar
goes.
to Flappy Bird when Flappy Bird was taken down. Anyone who still had it,
Yeah.
and even now still has it, uh, can keep it.
Okay.
I mean, the
Wait.
servers and stuff for mobile support are still going to be up.
Mhm.
Definitely for everyone who already had it. So
Yeah.
I believe that she would still keep it if you did have it before.
Yeah, there just won't be any updates.
Just say Flappy Bird. I haven't heard that name in quite a while.
Did you hear that you had to play Flappy Bird and Mr. Beast's like big giant puzzle riddle thing? Like you had to
Did you
play.
really?
Yeah,
Well,
when you
because
got to
I
like.
didn't follow. I didn't follow it.
So I didn't really follow it. I just heard like there was apparently like a giant Reddit and like people were going through each step and apparently when you got to 17 or one of the later rounds or things that you had to solve, you had to play Flappy Bird and get to round 100. But here's the thing. It was like excuse me, it was like a really crappy knockoff, if you will, and super unoptimized and would just randomly freeze. So people would be getting like 50, 60 and it would freeze and then they would die and they'd have to start over.
Oof. Has anyone finished that yet?
Oh yeah, people finished it within. Apparently,
Okay.
someone finished it within the first like 7 hours. But apparently, people are saying that
Dang.
he was using scripts and stuff, so he cheated.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
interesting. Doesn't really seem like that much of a Mr. Beast move
I don't
for
know.
such a cash money boy.
Yeah. I want to see his
Cash
island
money.
video when that comes out, or
Yeah,
his
that's
like who wins it.
tomorrow.
I'm kind
That
of
is
excited.
tomorrow.
I feel like some of his videos are kind of lackluster, but I really do like him as a person, and he has some
Yeah.
crazy ideas for. Here's the thing: he's only 22, and so every time I think about that and just everything that he's accomplished, I'm just like, wow. I do not know anyone who is that successful.
Like because of how much he gives away and puts back into his I guess company or I guess his channel. Because of that, I don't think he is anywhere close to a millionaire, but he definitely could be if he didn't give away so much.
Oh yeah.
He gives
Oh
away
yeah.
tons. I mean, he had one challenge alone where he gave away $1 million.
Mhm. And you got to
I mean,
remember,
that's
a lot
just
of his stuff is sponsored too. So here's the
yeah.
thing: he gets sponsored money, and then all the money that he makes off of YouTube. Because I mean, you could probably run like CPM and stuff, and try and figure out like how much money he makes per video. But if you do that as well, he's got to pay the people, like his friends and stuff. They're contracted with him, and he pays them. So he probably pays them out of his pocket. Not to mention everything else that he does. He's got to pay it somehow.
Oh
So
yeah.
he's
For
a very
sure.
frugal man, I would like to think.
I
Man,
think
boy,
so.
however, how
Yeah.
old is he again? Did
22.
we ever
22.
22?
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
I know.
Makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong with my
Yeah,
life.
same here. Like, oh
Sitting
my
here.
god,
Oh gosh.
sitting on here with a couple of guys doing a podcast, and Mr. Beast is out there doing earning
Mr.
millions.
Beast is out there giving away an island. A very like it's not like
But
some
here's
small
the
rinky
thing.
dink island either. Like
Here's my thing,
thing
right?
big.
Once he gives away the island, like, how does that? Kind of like with the Meat Canyon video with giving away all the Lamborghinis. Doesn't that kind of screw over the people who he gives it to because they have to pay
They
like land property?
they
Like
probably work
property
out
tax?
some sort of thing to where he probably pays it for a certain amount of time, and if they can't keep up, they probably sell it. That's my guess.
Yeah.
I mean, like, here's
I
the
mean,
thing. If I had a ton of money, I just gave you a car chance. I wouldn't expect you to pay for it. Like a brand new, let's just say I bought you a brand new Mustang or something. I wouldn't expect you to pay for it for a while. So I would probably be like, here's at least a year's worth of payments, so you don't have to worry about it. You would just have to worry about gas and stuff, and then I would help you with the title and whatnot. And then after that, if you couldn't do it, you would probably end up selling it if you couldn't make payments and stuff. That's my guess.
Mhm. I don't know. I don't know. That seems weird to give away the island to somebody who just. I don't know. It just seems like weird. It seems odd to me to get an
I mean,
island from
it probably
somebody and
does
then.
have like quite a bit of property tax, but if you're someone that can give away an island, you're probably willing to help out with that. And I mean, even if you can't keep up with the payments on the island, instead of winning an island, you won a cool $720,000 when you sell that island.
Yeah. No.
So I
Yeah, I
mean,
can see that.
eh, eh.
I mean, I mean, that's more money in my bank account that I wish I had currently.
Oh, heck yeah, I'd take that. Mr. Beast sponsor us if
All
LaCroix doesn't.
Oh my,
right.
yeah, no, Mr.
All right.
Beast wouldn't fucking waste
let's
his
go.
time with some people like us.
Oh gosh.
All right.
So,
Grant, what's
the next
next?
thing that we well, like I was saying, Dan.
I'm
the
sorry.
next
You were
thing-
quiet, and then I started
Dan,
talking.
Dan,
Grant,
Dan,
there's
Dan,
there's
Dan,
times to where you're
Dan,
quiet and I don't.
Dan.
Please keep going, Grant. I'm sorry.
Dan. All right. So the next thing on our agenda is
I have
If
to
you want
work
to talk
with these
about the
guys.
Blizzard, the
Blizzard.
Blizzard, the Blizzard Activision being under investigation by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. We talked a little bit about this situation Tuesday, but there's been developments because instead of just having people complaining about pay, now there is, well, the EEOC is getting involved and saying, hey, is there something we can do for you and also to destroy Blizzard?
Now, I'm not too caught up on that whole ordeal.
Yeah.
I haven't had yet to go look into it. So, is this just because of Blizzard crunch timing
No.
their employees, or
No.
what's this all about?
So this, I mean, like, here's the thing. It kind of goes with the whole Me Too movement. I would like to think, in the same general idea that people were being, um, they could have been verbally abused. There's of course been some, or I shouldn't say of course. There's potentially been some sexual harassment. Um, it says right here. Um, The EEOC is a U.S. government body created to enforce federal laws regarding discrimination against employees on the basis of their, quote, race, color, religion, sex, national origin, age, disability, or genetic information. So that's what the EEOC is. And pretty much they're conducting an investigation of Activision because where is that quote? Give me one sec. Sorry about it. I had it right here. An instance of
Mhm.
unprofessional behavior contributed to the departure of Blizzard, according to Tyler Rosen. He was a senior manager of global business, and because of that, the EOC is pretty much coming out and they're like, "Yo, we need to come out," because a lot of people have apparently been reporting sexual misconduct and stuff before. Nothing really took place, but with everyone leaving, then they're like, "Hey, we should probably get in on this because we've had a lot of things come up." So,
Oh,
what?
okay.
Yeah, that's
Well,
pretty
I
much it.
mean, that makes sense. I mean, gotta have equality in the workplace, and not be harassed. Like, Dan, I don't need you harassing me in the workplace, okay?
This
Dude,
doesn't
listen.
necessarily.
This isn't a workplace chance. This is just a friendly conversation. I will not
Dan, I don't.
I will not sexually abuse you. I will just verbally abuse you, bro. I love you, Chance. You know
And
it.
he's 2 states away, though. That's
Yeah,
really.
I love you. You know it.
No, no. Now I'm not sure if we have this one listed, but Tim brings up a good point of as far as the Trump with TikTok.
We already talked about Trump and
And
TikTok.
okay,
We
I'm
already
just wondering. I know that Tim
oh,
Tim just brought
yeah.
it up. So
In terms of that, nothing has come up as far as I know. There's still, I'm gonna say maybe about a week until it's banned or something like that.
No, the
Because
45
no,
days only
or
happened like
excuse
a
me,
week
you're
ago.
right. For some reason, I thought 15, 45. So we probably have about 37-ish days, give or take a few. 35 days, I'll say it to be safe until like something happens. But there's been a lot of companies coming out to pretty much try and buy it up. So
now I know that we're getting off topic as far as what we were going, but I have feel like I need to ask because, like I said, I'm not in the loop a lot
Okay, go
about a
for it.
lot of this stuff.
no, you're good. Go.
Um,
We got time
now
for days.
as far as that goes, is now when the time comes up and let's say a vote hasn't happened, does that mean TikTok stays and everything else, or does that mean when nobody votes, Trump's thing just goes into pass and then TikTok and anything else that was owned by Tencent becomes banned?
So here's the thing. He's using his presidential power to pretty much say, if this doesn't happen, it's done. You know how like the president has like certain powers and stuff that he can pretty much just like overhead the Senate and whatnot?
It's
Or
executive
yeah,
orders.
the executive order. There we go. He's using that, and I see where he's coming from because he is weary of China using the data from all the Americans, especially with
China.
and I don't want to sound racist when I say this, but like with the
China.
whole coronavirus coming out of China, I can understand why he's worried about potential personal data from the United States being leaked, especially if there's employees of certain big companies, people from the government. China could get a hold of that information, so I can understand why. Um,
Okay.
but I think it's kind of stupid to be that worrisome, though. But
Well, I
again,
don't
I
understand why
don't
you
fully
would.
understand what's going on. So
I don't understand why you would waste an executive order on something like this. I mean, even if that is the case, it seems like something really silly to waste an executive order on. To me personally, anyway. If that
wait,
makes if that makes any
I
sense.
mean, I guess
But anyway, now
let's
that I've learned what I was, now that I've
Yeah.
learned what we were talking
So
about,
TikTok might be
let's go
shut
back to what
down.
we were talking about.
Yeah.
So this
Any
just
sorry,
going
let
back
me
to the Dan,
sorry.
go
I'm
for
sorry,
it.
go ahead.
All right. So going back to the Blizzard thing, like this doesn't necessarily have that much to do with like the actual like setting or the lawsuit or whatever could happen. But correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it kind of redundant to say regarding discrimination against employees on the basis of their race, color, and then etc.
Ethnicity,
Like you're including both race and color as if those aren't like
two
the
separate.
same thing.
No, because you can be like two different.
I mean, you can be tan but still be a white person. But I mean, if you're
Uh,
I
black,
mean,
or
I
you're
can
African
see
American, or what is that?
I have no clue how to answer that. All I'm saying is that it could be maybe like I identify as something kind of thing, and so they're just trying to be as inclusive as possible. That's my guess.
If I had to think
Identify
about that
as a bachelor.
logically, I would think as like an example would be like if you, let's take for example, you're born in like Mexico or Mexico, and so you're a Mexican, but you're a Caucasian, so that means you're a white guy.
Oh, there you go. That's a good example. Good job, Chance.
Yeah.
Good example.
That's how I would think that would
Yeah.
be explained.
So the
Fair, okay.
EEOC is investigating Blizzard. So we might hear some big stuff coming out. Because here's the thing, and I'm going to say this, and then you can go, Grant. We know that Ubisoft fired some of their like high ups right before the Ubisoft Play game show, whatever the frick came out like a month ago. They just like axed some of their high ups because of sexual harassment. But if Blizzard is having all of this go on and the government has to get involved, there's something going on, something bad. So it'll be interesting to see what unfolds from that because I hate Blizzard. I don't like Blizzard at all. I think they're crap. They're such a dumb company.
I'm gonna ask you. Is this a recent hate or have you always hated Blizzard?
Okay, so let me rephrase that. I don't hate them in the sense of like I literally want to see them just end as a company. I just never really enjoyed their games. I felt like they all played the same.
You didn't like Diablo?
I never got into it. A lot of people like it. No, that was before my time. Before I really got into video
Before
games.
your time, dude.
But
Diablo 3 was launched on the Xbox.
Chance. That was before I really got into video games. There we go.
Okay. All right, Dan.
Well, here's the thing. I grew up on the Nintendo 64, and then I really didn't get into like gaming super hard until I was close to 18 when I really started like, okay, I'm gonna get good. You know what I mean? It wasn't until that point, and by that time, I was like, I only play Xbox. So,
How old were you when we worked at Target initially?
I think I just graduated high school, so I was probably 19.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah. So right around that time is when I really started to get into it because I had more time. Because I played soccer in high school, and so I wasn't like,
Hey,
yeah.
we did the same thing.
Yeah, dude.
Except I sucked ass because I have no stamina.
Oh, Tim, we're going to talk about that later. We're going to talk about that later. I'm pretty sure if I'm talking about the same thing. Don't spoil it, dude. How do you see our notes? Sorry, go ahead. Lead us to victory, boy.
All right. Well, following the news of Halo Infinite's delay, CD Projekt Red announced that Cyberpunk is or might get delayed.
So, I found this just recently, and reading it just a little bit, it sounds like there is a very slight chance that it could get delayed again. Just very slight. It kind of just depends on how much of a perfectionist CD Projekt Red wants to be. One of the initial reasons that they delayed it until November. So when wasn't it supposed to come out in September? And then
It was supposed to come out sooner, yes.
Well, sorry. So it's delayed right now in November. Before they just delayed that, wasn't it September? I think so. Anyway, before they delayed it to now November 19th launch, or when they're going to supposedly launch it, one of the big reasons they delayed it was because they didn't like the melee combat system, and that's just coming out now. And they're pretty much being transparent, saying, "Hey, it was very clunky. The sounds were not very good. It didn't look like when you punch someone, like you actually punch them. They were just being very picky," which I think is cool. I think it's cool, but I also just want the game. So
Now, no, God damn, I feel like I need to ask you something every single time you bring up something because
it's okay, bro. Just give them to me. I am a wealth of information.
Now, here's the thing. I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Do you care if they delay Cyberpunk again?
Cyberpunk, no, because I know based off of CD Projekt Red's track record that they can make a good game, and I know that if they're delaying it for a very good reason.
Okay, because that I was just about to segue that into comparing CD Projekt Red and 343.
See,
Considering you're angry that Infinite is not going to come out with release yet, you're okay with Project Red to be delaying their game.
so
Infinite and like the whole Halo series is also part of the flagship for Xbox.
yeah,
Like I think that
the
I'm pretty sure
only
only
had a
every
Halo game close to launch of a console almost every time.
so the original Halo Combat Evolved is the only Halo game to have been released at a console launch. Halo 2 was supposed to be no, I take it back. I think it was I think was it shoot. I actually don't know which other one was supposed to be released with a console launch.
Well, Halo
Maybe Halo
3
4?
launched with its console. I'm pretty
No,
sure.
Halo 3 did not. No.
It did not?
Nope.
Oh.
Yep.
See, I thought
Halo
it
3
did.
came out in September 8th, 2007, I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me right. Chat, if I'm right, you owe me a push up. But it's just Combat Evolved that came out with console launch. Halo Infinite was going to be the other or the second console launch, but that got delayed. So, but yeah, the one thing I want to say about this, and I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Cyberpunk is made by CD Projekt Red, right? And like I said 100 times before, I really liked The Witcher 3, and I have faith in CD Projekt Red. 343, totally different story when it comes to delaying games. One, Halo 4 and 5 sucked. It was awful. I mean, like when you first played it was like, oh, it's kind of cool, but in retrospect, sucked. Awful games. Looked visually like amazing, stunning graphically. Just stupid storyline. I didn't like it at all. I don't have faith that they're going to be able to deliver on Infinite. And I think that with like what Grant said, with 343 releasing Halo Infinite and then Halo Infinite being or Halo being flagship and then also trying to release it with a console launch, I don't think it's going to work. Or they shouldn't have delayed it. They should have pushed it out. They should have pushed it out and have worked tirelessly until they could deliver what they wanted to do. That's what I think they should have done. A lot of people disagree with me though on that, but maybe I'm just
I
a
think
little.
well, I think this will personally. I think it'll hurt Halo Infinite's sales because there's so much hype that was going along with it. It's like the hype train was huge and real, and it was going along with the launch of the console. And now it's just like, oh well, it'll be coming out some other time, whatever. And so I think that the hype has really died off.
I think you're
But
right.
see, I'm sad, man. What am I gonna do with my life if I don't have any new Craig memes to look at?
I do like Craig
Well,
memes. You've
you can
converted me,
always find
Chance.
the memes. You just can't find the game.
Oh.
It'll,
Oh.
it'll be a big old sad boy. Oh, jeez.
I can always find Craig will always be there for me. Infinite won't be. Craig is Infinite, not Halo.
Craig is going along with the Halo Infinite topic right along with it. Wow, I'm just great at words tonight.
It's all good.
Sentences are weak.
Great.
But there was some Game Pass announcements. Considered are coming, and they also had thought about staggering the release of Halo Infinite. So, Chance, since you are big sad about Halo Infinite not really having a true release date anymore, what would you have thought about a staggered release?
That's a good question.
I mean, I would have been fine with it, honestly. If we're thinking now, correct me if I'm wrong. Staggered release meanings like release of levels over time, correct?
To be
Yes,
honest,
so like releasing like parts at a time.
Okay.
yeah,
I would be
that's what I think.
completely fine with that because then we'd be able to, at the very least, bug test and know for sure that these bugs on certain areas of the game get fixed before a full release.
I
Okay.
mean, I
You know
think
what I
that's
mean?
what they want to avoid, though, is they want to get rid of the bugs before doing any release.
Well,
Yeah.
the open beta was going to be what it was going to happen originally, to where they would send the game out and have it open, and then they changed it, which
Oh, were they
I
originally
don't.
having open beta?
Yeah, they were originally going to have an open beta for the
Mhm.
game, and
Yeah.
then they changed
Hmm.
it.
Yeah, they changed it like
Okay.
almost I don't want to say last minute, but kind of last minute in the sense that they said that it was going to be open and everyone's going to be able to participate, and then they pretty much just said, "Nope, we're not going to do that." And then they're kind of doing. I explained it a couple episodes ago how they do it. I think it's called like flight system or something like that. They pretty much
Yep.
give certain people certain sections of the game and literally say play the crap out of it, tell us everything that's wrong, and that's what they do. And then they send it back, they fix it, send it to
Interesting.
another person. It's pretty much how it goes. It's kind of cool,
Woo!
but I think it's dumb.
Oh,
Is a flighting system relatively new? Because this is the first time I've heard of it, and it was only with the Halo stuff that I've heard of a flighting system.
Sorry, say that again.
What I God damn it, Dan.
I'm sorry. I
Yeah, no,
like heard half of that.
it's fine. It's fine. No, what I was asking was, is a flighting system a relatively new thing that gamers have been doing, or is that something that has appeared more recently with games like Halo Infinite?
I know that it was a thing with Halo 4 and 5. I know that 343 has been doing it. In terms of other companies using it and other games being tested like that, I'm not sure. I have not heard anyone else do it. Because, like, for example, Call of Duty does open betas, right? I feel like
Correct.
that's just the easiest, most efficient way to test stuff out. But I feel that 343 is using the flight system because they have been testing it and they want to make sure that the stuff they find isn't with other. Does that make sense?
It makes
Kind
sense,
of.
and regardless of how this conversation goes, I'm still a little upset that they didn't do the open beta because I feel like that would have been a smart choice. Doing this whole not
Yeah.
open beta thing, I think, is a very poor choice.
I agree with you, but I also don't know what the reasoning is for not doing it besides the fact that what they wanted to beta test wasn't done. That's why I think they definitely pushed it back is because they weren't even ready for a beta. Change my
I
mind.
The game looks like it doesn't like it's past beta at this point. The game looks like it was mostly complete because, like we said, like back what we said a couple episodes ago with the demo. Like I said, that was a 4 month old demo, and it looked like the game was mostly put together. They just had some tweaking to do.
You also got to remember though that it's a demo and that they probably only had that specific part like finalized, if you will, in terms of like what they could have had done. You see what I'm
That
saying?
was Well, they did say that that was the most stable build they had at the time to do the
Yeah,
demo on,
that's true.
which I'm hoping to God, because I care so much about the Halo franchise, that it doesn't turn into another Anthem.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are
ooh,
scared about.
yeah,
I liked
no,
Anthem.
no
It just
bueno.
was very, very poorly not optimized, but pretty much like made. Like all the guns and stuff sucked. That's a different story though. I don't want to get into Anthem because I'll go off on a tangent.
Oh,
Grant, I want to ask you this though. What do you think that the new consoles are going to like take a hit with Infinite being delayed? Like whenever they release?
I don't.
You don't think
I
so?
I think wholeheartedly that I mean, it was never going to affect PlayStation anyway, so it's simply Xbox Series X. I think anyone who was planning on getting the Series X was not doing it just because of Halo. I believe that they're going to get Halo because of the Xbox, but not the other way around.
Okay.
If they were going to get the console, they were going to get the console, and having this game delayed, I don't think will affect that decision, especially going into the holiday season.
Okay.
See, now I think differently, because even though I do believe that not everyone who buys an Xbox is gonna buy it just to play Halo, I still think that it will affect the sales of the console a lot of the due to a lot of gamers wanting to play Halo on release. So I think that they'll wait in, until Infinite is out, or until like a good game pops up on the console, and then buy the console. I definitely think it's gonna affect its initial sales date titles.
Okay. Personally, I mean, I'm still planning on, as long as finances stay good, I'm planning on getting it during the holiday season. I won't pre-order it, but I think that if I see like an early like Black Friday sale or something, I think I'll get that like in a heartbeat.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, what about
Yeah.
you, Dan? How do you feel about it?
Um, about the console in general?
Yeah, well, if I mean, I know that you haven't. When was the last console you bought for starters? And are you ever even thinking of getting
Um,
the new series?
so the only reason I would ever get a new series is by the way, when do they release? Microsoft confirmed November. That's all we know so far. Um, I don't think I'll get a new console ever. unless if like whenever I have kids, they want a console, or like my wife wants the new console. She doesn't really play much anyway, but if she wanted it, I would, probably get it for her.
Where are those kids, Dan?
Bro, I'm not. No, no, dude, don't look at me like that. It's scary. No, bro.
First off,
Okay,
kids getting
listen.
put on a list.
Okay, hold on.
What?
Hold on. I'm not
What?
done. I'm not done. The last console I bought was the original Xbox One when it came out, but I don't think I'll ever buy one again because I have a PC and I can play any Xbox game that will come out on Xbox on PC. So I have no reason to buy an Xbox.
I mean, if Horizon Zero Dawn is any indicator, you're going to be seeing more PlayStation games come onto the damn
Oh,
PC
yeah.
anyway.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. The only reason that I would ever want to get a console would be a PlayStation 5 to then play the single player amazing PlayStation games that seem to always come out. I feel like PlayStation is amazing when it comes to single player games. And if I ever like really get into it or I just want to do it, I would probably go PlayStation.
Question. Now, is Cyberpunk supposed to be an exclusive, or is it going to be on both consoles?
It's going to be on everything except Switch.
Okay.
It's not coming out on Switch. PC, Xbox, PlayStation.
I
What
wouldn't.
does
I
come out
wouldn't
on
think the
Switch,
Switch
though,
would be
if it's not
powerful enough to run
Nintendo?
that game anyway.
Yeah.
Honestly,
All right.
but not like I don't hate the Switch because I love my Switch. Terry needs to get his own. Still, Terry.
I mean, I think that, yeah, like, I think that the consoles and everything will be fine. I mean, everyone's gonna get over their hopes and dreams being crushed. Even you, Chance, you will once again eventually sleep well, if you choose to someday sleep at all.
Hey, listen, my sleeping schedule has actually been a lot better recently. I've been sleeping at night, waking up at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
That's
Nice.
good.
So that's good. Now, I'll say this right now. I'm a little concerned about the new consoles with Xbox and PlayStation, especially with how much more powerful they are or aren't going to be than previous generation consoles.
I don't know. I'm just waiting to still see stuff about them because we still don't know much about them.
Yeah. Like we have some like basic first line specs, but we don't necessarily have finalized anything.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Honestly, I don't think they're going to be that much more powerful than the current gen consoles.
Yeah.
I don't see the hardware being that much more advanced than when the Xbox One originally came out.
I mean, we know specs. They've given us specs and stuff, but in terms of like what they can do visually, like what we can see, we haven't really seen much. So, but I
Yeah,
mean,
for
you could
sure.
be totally right. They could just be a big flop.
Well, I mean, 'cause,
Graphically they
like-
could suck, but
Because, like it said, people were speculating that the damn PlayStation was going to struggle with 4K with its current hardware.
isn't it
I mean-
already pushing out the PlayStation Pro already pushing out 4K 60 FPS?
I don't
think it is.
so. I don't think so.
I think the PS4 Pro or whatever pushes 4K, and apparently it runs like really well.
I mean, like I've always said before, like I'm not a graphical guy, like as long as the game plays well, I don't care.
Yeah.
But if you're if you're gonna make a game that's 4K and then have it struggle to run on a current gen hardware,
Yep.
it's not gonna make me want to
Yeah.
play your game.
Yep, exactly.
It's not worth it if it can't do it well.
Ugh.
Yep.
And comparing a console to a PC, like all these console devs are trying to do nowadays, I'm sorry, but a PC is always going to outplay a console. Always.
Especially with graphics cards seem to come out faster than consoles do, and it's not like you can change out components in a console like you can in a PC. So that's another big fault in the console.
Unless you're some sort of like tech whiz and you can do it, but I don't really.
That's true.
I
But
don't see it
feel like it's a
happening.
little more complicated than that though, because I'm pretty sure most consoles build like their actual like parts. So like you can't just buy a graphics card off of Newegg or whatever and throw it into an Xbox. I don't think it'll have like the same port. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, I
But-
see what you're saying, and chat, correct me, but isn't most console hardware hardwired in? Because I don't know if they are now. I assume they do if you can't really switch out the parts, but I don't know if they actually are hardwired in.
I'm not sure about that one.
Like that's a question I don't think I've ever asked before.
I mean, like I know
I
that
mean,
there have been consoles in the past where they've made it to where you can't switch certain things out.
But
just like the design of it. But
I mean, I know that
yeah,
like even with the freaking Xbox controller, you have to have like special tools to
yeah,
be able to get in
some
there correctly. I mean, I took this off just to clean it, just this shell,
no,
Mm.
and I actually cracked one of the clips out.
Oh, nice.
It's missing a clip on my left side. I mean, it still works just fine, but that's pretty obnoxious that you can't just like freaking take it apart because you get stuff all up in there.
and I find it funny in a sense because I see more people modding their Nintendo consoles than I have ever seen somebody mod an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Because apparently it's much harder to do Xbox and PlayStation. I know
Dude,
Nintendo's really easy to mod.
have you ever seen a Nintendo toaster?
No, why would I?
Dude,
Why would I ever go to YouTube and look up
it's
Nintendo toaster? I'm never going
it's
to do that.
it's a Super Nintendo
No,
built out of a toaster. It's great.
I mean that's actually
Dan,
pretty
don't lie.
clever.
Now that he's said it on the podcast, he's
No.
probably gonna do it right after this. You're
All right, fine. I'm
I'm
doing it right now.
There we go.
Nintendo toaster.
You slide the game into where you put the bread.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a
See?
picture. I'm seeing a
Nintendo
picture
toaster. There you go.
of a Nintendo Switch dock with a piece of bread in it because the dock toasts the bread. But yeah,
That's pretty awesome as well.
that's pretty
I'm
cool.
sorry. I had to bring that up because I had to bring that up because I know that Nintendo is super friendly with its modding capabilities compared to like Xbox and PlayStation because I don't see like custom consoles out of those two competitors. I
Yeah.
normally see it out of Nintendo. I've even seen shit done to the Switch where they'll take the Joy Cons, they'll cut a GameCube controller in half and then mod it to where that's the two sides.
Interesting.
Oh, so cool! I love it.
Anyway,
Before we go on to our next topic, I want to just say to Tim in chat, me too, bud. Me too.
I wish I
And
could
for
mod
anyone
a
on
Super
YouTube watching
Nintendo.
this late and wondering what we're talking about, you should have watched it live.
Yep.
Actually, that's a good question. Should we bring up like key moments in the chat?
We have to
And
put it in context, so then because it's not like that shows up. It's not like I have a. That's actually a good idea to put that in a window to where that shows up. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
I'll do that next time.
good.
But he said, "I wish I could
Heck
mod
yeah.
a Super Nintendo into a girlfriend." Yep. And yeah, they don't
So yeah,
need
so
a
our
pin
next topic-
editor.
Yeah,
No.
dude, just coming home from work and the Nintendo over in the corner being like, "Come play with me."
Yeah, and you just plug her into the
Okay.
outlet, and she just inflates.
Oh.
All right, Grant, take us
No.
away. Let's move on from this awful.
Just turned this Nintendo into jail call.
Dude, we're gonna get onto a fucking watch list by Nintendo saying this shit.
A virtual girlfriend and Blade Runner.
So our next
All right.
cover
All right.
Xbox Game Pass. First off, they mentioned that they were still looking forward to releasing a bunch of cool announcements. I mean, frankly, Games Pass is not enticing to me at all. If I can pay $60 for the year for Xbox Live, I've never like been interested in.
Grant,
What?
you must be on some drugs or something because the Games Pass is like the best deal out there. Games Pass is the best.
Well,
Listen, Grant, you pay.
until now, I could pay $60 for the year and have Xbox Live Gold, and that's all I needed. That's all I ever needed.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, there's tons of games on it, but I will never have time to play all those anyway. So I'd rather just have the games that I know I'm going to play.
Yeah, but you have the option to play all these games that you don't have to pay
The
full price.
option that I'm never going to take. I mean, I know that
But here's the
Tim,
thing,
he
Grant.
has it, and he hardly ever uses any of those.
Listen though, Grant, here's the thing. There are a lot of sales where you can get the Games Pass for like $1 or $2. Right now there's like a thing. Here's the thing. If you pay $1 and you play Call of Duty 3 times, you're already in the green. Because you could buy Call of Duty and then have to spend $60 on the next Call of Duty. Or if you get the Games Pass, then you have Call of Duty. You have all the other games that you could potentially play. And you can cancel at any time too. A lot of people are saying if you play a decent amount of games and you like to buy games yearly, all the sports games, Call of Duties, whatever else it is, but you just get the Games Pass and you get all of those and you use them for 6 months and then don't use them again, that's such a better deal.
All I'm gonna say is, Tim. Remember when Blockbuster was even a thing?
Oh gosh. Did you see that Blockbuster came back on Twitter for a day?
Did they?
Yeah, they came back and they're like, just coming in to say hi, and then like 6 hours later, they're like, nah, dude, we out because you guys suck. It was pretty funny.
It was.
I
I
remember,
saw that
dude.
as well.
Didn't we have a Blockbuster here in town before?
We
Yeah,
did. It
it
was
was.
down near where, near Dairy Queen.
Yeah, it
What
was.
did they?
It was
What did
right
they
across
turn
the
it
street from the
into?
Walgreens down
I
down
think it's turned
Idaho.
into a few things.
Turned into
What, I-
a dog sitting park. I think TiVo works
Yeah.
there.
Wait, I thought that it got turned into. I thought it was down by where Rosars is. I thought it was down there, like by
No,
it wasn't
Fruit
there
that
Loops.
might
far
have been
down.
one down there, but not
It
that
was
I
right there in
remember.
Idaho.
Ah, okay. Because I remember going in there and I was like, wow, I had all this time as a kid, and I'm like, now I can't even
Yeah.
be bothered to be in here anymore.
Okay, all right.
But with the Games Pass, along with them coming along with some announcements that hopefully we'll be able to see soon. And you know what, Dan? Maybe these announcements will get me more stoked about it. You never know. Just up to this point, I've been very content just having live access,
I can
which
understand.
again I think is ridiculous that you have to pay for in the first place. But I digress.
I digress.
You want to know something really cool?
I
Apparently,
do. I love to know something really
apparently,
cool.
I just heard this. This is just hearsay. There's no concrete yes or no to this, but I have heard that Cyberpunk 77 is going to be coming to the Xbox Games Pass. But I have not found anything that confirms that. That's just a rumor that apparently has been going around.
Like upon release or just after a while?
Yeah, upon release.
Ooh.
I do know that they're going to be getting
Oh,
Final Fantasy 7.
See,
Coming
Grant,
up on
now
the
is that enticing you a little bit? You enticing you to buy that Game Pass? Is that what you're
Maybe.
wanting to do?
Maybe. We'll see. I mean, my live doesn't run out until like February, I want to say. So I've got a bit. But also coming to Games Pass is Final Fantasy VII.
Hmm
I've never played a Final Fantasy game.
It's the original one from the PlayStation 1 back in like 2001. It's kind of cool because it's the only PlayStation game that's coming to Xbox Games Pass, or has right now. Not the remake. I'm pretty sure it's the original.
I've never played Final Fantasy myself. I've played things similar like Chrono Trigger and like I think I tried Earthbound like once, but those are probably the closest things I've tried to play anything similar to Final Fantasy. I'm not much for those kind of JRPGs.
Gotcha.
Ugh.
I never
I
got
mean,
into them.
I think the closest that I've played is Mortal Kombat. And I'm not even sure like really how close that is.
Final Fantasy and Mortal Kombat are two completely different games, Grant. It was
Yeah,
a good
I'm
try.
not. Yeah,
It was a good
Like
try.
I
But you are totally wrong.
played it.
Totally wrong.
it's one of those like
What
turn-based.
from what extremely minimal I have seen, that was kind of the vibe I was getting, was like a closer to anime style Mortal Kombat
What?
was what I was like getting the vibe of.
Grant, just stop talking and move
Like,
on. That's all
All
I'm
right,
saying.
yeah,
saying-
just move on.
I'm
man.
saying that
You got to
was
dig
the vibe I
yourself
was
out of this hole, Grant.
What
dig-
hole?
Dig yourself out of this. You're digging yourself into a deep hole, Grant,
oh
and
my
you.
goodness, I just hate Grant because of all these things, because he just doesn't know. He just doesn't know.
He just
Final
doesn't
Fantasy
know.
Mind, man.
I'm Dan. I'm superior.
Dan's offended at my lack of Final Fantasy.
You're comparing Final Fantasy to Mortal Kombat, Grant. It was a good
Mortal
try.
Kombat's better. There,
It was a good
fine.
try.
There you go.
It was a good try. I commend you for it. Maybe.
Jeez. So is Final Fantasy a PlayStation exclusive, or is it just saying that this is a PlayStation game because it was originally released on a PlayStation?
I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy has mostly been a PlayStation exclusive thing.
Yeah.
I haven't
Okay.
seen. I'm pretty sure some Final Fantasies were on like a couple of Nintendo consoles, but Pat said I'm pretty sure they were PlayStation exclusives.
The remake was on. I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy VII remake was on Xbox, but this one is the original, so it's coming to Games Pass. And everyone's like, that was only for
Everyone's like,
PlayStation,
yeah.
so it's kind of cool.
So with that in mind, then, do you think that maybe this could open like a trend for them to do, to be like, hey, here's some other former exclusives?
I don't see
No.
that happening because Sony is a big poo-poo head, bad word.
Sony
Sony's
doesn't
out.
even. Sony doesn't even like even entertaining the idea of crossplay with Xbox
Oh, yeah.
and PC.
As far as
Like,
we
no,
know,
I mean, that's kind of like why you don't see I'm going to say this as an example. Why you don't see the Halo Warthog in Rocket League, because that was a no, that was an Xbox.
Yeah, that was only an Xbox
That
thing.
was an Xbox thing, which you still don't get crossplay with. You get crossplay with PlayStation on PC, not Xbox. I got that mixed up. My bad.
Okay.
But no, I don't.
I think it's kind of a bummer. I mean, I think that the whole companies are always going to be competitive against similar companies, such as Sony and Microsoft. But as far as the console war, I think that the console war among players is fairly over. Either that, or I've just matured to the point where I'm not in that group anymore.
A
I'd
lot.
say it's still around. You just no one cares. And if
I-
they do care, they're sweaty nerds.
I think it's both because the thing is that Microsoft is clearly moving towards Game Pass and making games rather than making a console. So I have a feeling that the console wars is over, but it's not. So like it's over because Microsoft doesn't care, but they're still going to make a console because they know that people are going to buy the Xbox. But Sony is really pushing towards next gen consoles, so they're of course going to make a console, and they highlight the console rather than their games. Microsoft is the complete opposite; they highlight their games rather than the Xbox. So
Yeah. Can we just bring back the Bit Wars? Can we go back to that?
Bit Wars.
Yeah, the Bit Wars. Do you not remember the Bit Wars?
I don't.
Chance, please explain.
Dude, who can make the better 8-bit console? Who can make the better 16-bit console?
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
My mind did not go there. I was like, "What are you talking
Yeah.
about?"
Yeah, the Bit. How can you be a gamer and not heard of the Bit Wars? What?
Apparently, I'm not a gamer.
y'all make
No
me
comment.
sad.
Or,
Gosh dang. Well, while we're still talking about the video games themselves, Mario Sunshine, has it been hinted at or no?
I would say no, because there has been plenty of images, and I saw the image of Mario on a beach in the sunshine, and everyone's thought like, "Oh, Mario Sunshine's going to come back." It's happened for years. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. Honestly, it happens every summer. They'll put Mario on a beach, and
I
then
mean,
every single time the internet goes crazy over it.
it could be cool because I enjoyed playing the original on the GameCube. I really enjoyed that one. Here's
Oh
the
yeah,
thing. I'm not a big Nintendo fan. I never really cared about the Mario games in general, but I did like Sunshine. I thought it was fun. So
okay, Tim. I gotta say, the only thing about Mario that's cringe is his feet.
you don't like big old
Yeah,
plumber clown fleet?
I don't need to see. I don't need to see fat feet. Okay.
Chance, you gotta be
Hey,
careful.
hey, now.
Cancel culture.
Besides, showing
Right,
feet
dudes.
on Twitch is a bannable offense.
Bro, listen, it was a good run, all right? This is episode 8. We're done. Canceled.
If anyone contacts us about this, don't worry, we'll get rid of Chance.
Easy.
You fuck you, bitch.
hey, that's why, right there.
Shh, keep
Not
going.
gonna lie though, Mario is rocking the dad bod in that photo.
I mean,
Okay.
He's got something there.
Okay.
you gotta think it for Mario, man. Is there some secret that we gotta know about?
Simp.
I don't,
You know?
because I've never been a Nintendo player.
Have you? Hmm.
Like I
might-
had my brother had a 64 for a little bit. And we mostly played like NFL, whatever it was, where you could just like set down your controller and your team played while you were AFK. It was great because whoever set down the controller was the one who won.
Here, I would have to
That
suggest.
sounds so bad.
I don't think
It was-
you guys
it
ever
was
went back and played on those consoles. I would have to suggest a few of the Mario titles, but that's just because I grew up with Nintendo since I was little. So
I did like Mario 64.
they remade that on DS.
Did they?
So yeah, it was literally just called Super Mario 64 DS.
Oh.
Nothing spectacular. They didn't really change much, but it was
Okay.
fun. I'd have to
Okay.
say Mario Kart 64 is the most piece of bull crap racing game I've ever played.
Rip that.
Because the guys, you don't get to go ahead of the guys very often. They just rubber band to you. Doesn't matter how fast you're going.
What a great way to play.
Yeah, what a great way to play when you're a little kid trying to beat
bad.
Mario.
I loved it.
Oh jeez.
Double Dash was the best in my opinion.
dude, Donkey Kong 64. Don't even.
No, Super Mario Double Dash, Mario Kart.
Oh, Mario Kart. Okay. Yeah, Double Dash was great.
Yeah, it was like the best Mario Kart game out there. These new ones
I'm sorry.
suck.
Mario Kart Wii was amazing. Don't even.
No,
What? What do you?
no. I mean, I'm not a
Don't
Mario fanboy, so I guess I just
I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you two settle this off recording
Off
because
Okay.
I want to hear who wins, but I don't think everyone needs to hear who wins.
Dude,
this
everyone needs to
boy.
hear our debates. This all
Do
the
they?
whole podcast is, dude. It's a debate.
No, the Bugs
Well,
Bunny
this
meme.
this week,
No,
Ubisoft has also provided us with some news this week. Their creative director, Ashraf Ismail, he stepped down from being the creative director of Assassin's Creed um, Ragnarok. I want to say like a month or two ago, and then today he was officially fired.
interesting.
Mm, now is Ragnarok the Viking one?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
a
the
new one
one?
that's coming
Yeah,
out.
I'm
Okay.
so stoked.
I've just never seen the appeal of Assassin's Creed games. I don't know. I've never been an Assassin's Creed guy.
Um, let's see. So all I know, all I'm seeing is that he got fired. Did he step down?
He stepped down as the creative director for Ragnarok a couple months ago, and then this week he was officially fired because of the allegations of misconduct. Um,
Oh,
because I have to give him credit here. He
oh,
saw these allegations happening, and he was like, you know what? I don't want this to affect how people see the game. I'm not going to be a part of it. And so, I mean, big props to him for that, for making the right move there, and for saying, hey, like misconduct allegations, I don't want that to be connected with this game. And so he was like, I'm stepping away. Um, but the fact that he has now been fired, kind of, it does not look good on him at all.
it almost sounds like he knew exactly what was coming to him, so he stepped down to try and get out of it, and then got hit because all these women were like, "This happened," and so the investigation came, and then they officially fired him because he knew what was going to happen. That's kind of gross because apparently he's married and had multiple relationships with different women. So that's kind of what you call a scumbag right
Yes.
there.
The allegations say that he basically took advantage of women who were fans of the Assassin's Creed franchise and would use his position as the Assassin's Creed creative director to get into the DMs, basically. And then he would like leak secrets and things about upcoming games, and it's just it has all come to light now, and it's not going well for him.
Yeah, that's not good. It says right here that his departure marks the latest in a line of hope and excuse me, in high-profile figures to leave Ubisoft following a wave of sexual misconduct and assault allegations.
Now these are allegations. Do we actually know if they're true?
I would
I mean, if he stepped down first and then got fired, I would. I mean, yes, it's still assume, but I would think that they're probably true.
Yeah, because you don't just all of a sudden step down and say, "Oh, I don't want this to hinder the game." Bunch of bull crap is what he's trying to spoon feed you right there. Open your mouth, here comes a plane. That's pretty much what he did, right? And then if he gets fired, then it's pretty much confirming it. Now, if he stayed around and fought this, and it was just like, "Oh, what is it?" Then maybe the allegations might be false. But I would say, given the line of events, he definitely screwed around. So,
Mm, I don't know. Like I'd like to think of myself as a rather fair person to give everyone a shot. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Unless there's hard evidence, I don't typically believe allegations, especially with people who try to just make bank off of it
Like
or
cancel
make fake
culture.
allegations. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the thing is, and like, I mean, we can go on for a long time about this, but we also have to be careful. So, um, I do feel though that there are probably just some allegations that are made to try and screw someone over, like you said, Chance, or there could be allegations that are made to try and back someone else's claim up. But I mean, I wanna try and give the benefit of the doubt that most people are probably telling the truth when they say this because it's not like you can just make up some sort of, oh, this guy did something to me. I don't think I can say that word, but this guy, did something to me. What's going to happen? But they don't say it for a while. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, I would like to give the benefit of the doubt just because it is probably really hard for someone to talk about. But
I understand that a lot of people that's the case a lot of time where people will have trouble coming out about something like that. And like I said, it's not like I initially disbelieve you or I think you're lying. It's just that I need more hard evidence to see that. You know what I mean? I have to see the evidence to make a decision for myself.
I
Because
understand that.
I'll
For
bring up
sure.
for example, if you guys don't mind me bringing up an example.
Um,
Um,
I would say hold on to it, not to say that whatever you're gonna say is bad, but you just think about it and be careful what you say is all.
yeah, no, I
Okay,
understand that much.
okay.
All I'm gonna say is that it reminds me a lot when you get the to a point of seeing a lot of people making allegations. And like I said, I think this guy did it a whole bunch of times. Oh, the guy
Yeah.
whom I'm about to bring up. Let's go back to the real quick. Two boys who are now fully fledged like grown guys who made allegations against Mr. Jackson well after his death.
I
You
have
know what I
no clue
mean?
what you're talking about.
So there's okay. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but there was two boys that made allegations against Mr. Jackson, Mr. Michael Jackson, well after his death, and decided to bring up a whole thing on Twitter about it.
Oh. Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
like I said, here's the thing: I'll believe you to a point, but I need to see the evidence, and I need to have the person who you're making allegations against be able to defend themselves. If you're making allegations when they're already dead and they can't defend themselves, that's when I'm starting to suspect stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, like, even in that, this is the last thing I'll say, but like, even in that circumstance, like, why bring it up? Like,
Yeah.
not to say that he's dead and like put that in a negative connotation, but like, he's dead. Like, why does it matter if he did anything? If he's been dead, why does it matter? Nothing is going to change. Sorry, that
Yeah.
might sound morbid, and I'm sorry if that, offends anyone. That's not what I'm trying to say, but
I would say that to a point you need to feel sensitive about it, but at the same point, it's years and years and years, and the guy's already been dead for years. So what are you trying to gain by bringing up such things? You know what I mean?
yeah, I want to stop talking there because I
Yeah,
don't want
yeah, no, no, no. I was just bringing up an example.
Yeah, no, I get you, I get you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We can go on ahead.
Yeah, let's move on.
So, one of our final topics: Disney acquired Fox some time ago. I don't remember exactly when that happened, but this week they decided to rebrand the 20th Century Fox Television logo and like the whole brand. And now it's, I believe, just 20th Century Television, which frankly sounds pretty dumb.
I mean, it doesn't sound any less dumb than with or without Fox in it. I mean, it doesn't need to have Fox for it to, you know, to
I
make it
just
sound better or worse.
I just find
Now, if
it
it was
weird.
just, yeah, like why even rebrand it in the first place?
Well, I mean,
What?
why go out and buy Fox in the first place? Who cares? Like, what's the point? Like, what titles are you really getting from Fox? I don't know what movies and stuff or TV shows are part of Fox, so I don't know what
Not
Disney acquired, but
was it now was 20th Century Fox a producing company, or were they just something that they threw their name onto with certain shows?
So, 20th Century Fox was created in 1935 as a merger between 20th Century Pictures and Fox Films. The film studio has produced some of the most popular and beloved films in Hollywood history, including Star Wars, The Sound of Music, Die Hard, and Home Alone.
hmm.
So they
Oh,
did get quite a bit from it. I mean, Star Wars.
Well, I mean, Disney's
I
already
mean,
had Star Wars.
Disney owns Star Wars
Yeah.
already, so
Really, like before Fox, or did they
Oh
do
yeah,
that at the
dude.
same time?
Yeah, dude. Where have you been the past like 3 years? Disney acquired Star Wars a long time ago, and that's how they rebooted all of the movies.
yeah, like all
I
the
mean,
new Star Wars movies that have Rey in it,
Oh yeah,
that's when
that's
Disney acquired it.
yeah. And then Rogue One and Han Solo, those are part part of the Disney acquisition.
That's why you don't see LucasArts or Lucasfilms anymore, because I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure Mr. LucasArts sold his company to Disney.
I think you're right.
okay, I just kept reading, and okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Because I didn't realize that Fox was acquired later, like last year. To be fair, I was not not in the world last year
Where the heck were you
or the
last
year
year?
before, but
Well,
I was in Alabama.
Oh, that's right.
listen,
That's
we
right.
don't talk about Alabama here.
Yeah, we definitely don't talk about Alabama
Alabama's
here.
great. I love.
Everyone knows
I
what Grant was
love.
doing down in Alabama.
I do not have family there. So you shut your mouth.
Oh, I fucking Christ.
I love the people in Alabama and Mississippi a lot.
Alabama, you guys want some Cajun chicken?
Hey,
Dude,
they
is
know
that
how to make.
is
They
Al- is
know
Al-
how to make fried chicken.
is
Yeah,
Alabama
make some
where
fried
they make
chicken.
like roasted alligator and stuff? Is that where I'm thinking
I
of?
can see.
That's more Louisiana.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Louisiana. Okay.
Louisiana
I,
is like the deepest south you can go, bro. Louisiana is
Yeah.
the armpit
Dude.
of the South. Like
Dude.
if you want redneck hicks, you go to Louisiana.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to try some fried gator. I'm not gonna lie.
I've
I wanna
had
see what it
jerky
tastes
gator
like.
before. It's
I had
it's
a.
okay.
I had an alligator po' boy, which is like a. Do you know what a po' boy is? It's like
Yeah.
a
Okay,
sub with like. So that was fried alligator with like the special po' boy sauce.
I
That
thought you
thing was
said
so good.
I thought you said pool boy. I
Uh,
thought you said pool boy.
we'll leave that there. We'll leave that one right there. We're not touching that.
All right,
Yeah,
Grant,
I mean,
take us
the
away.
whole Disney thing. The whole Disney thing was very. I think it was very sudden and very unnecessary.
I really don't understand what they were trying to do, let's be honest. I mean, unless if you're trying to acquire like a specific franchise to reboot it, which it seems like Disney's doing, what's the point?
They like
Unless if
doing
they're
that.
literally just trying to like gain more ground in the industry of film, which I guess could be a pretty strong factor, but
Disney already has such a strong presence. I don't really see what they're gaining in any way.
I mean, they're going to
The
be
mouse
gaining
is going to rule the world.
they're going to be gaining Fox Entertainment, Fox Sports, and Fox News.
Because Fox
Oh wait,
News.
no, excuse me.
Yeah, the ultimate acquisition that will happen within the next 2 decades. You've heard it here from me first. Either Amazon will buy Disney or Disney will buy Amazon.
That's not happening, Grant. They're too
Heck
big.
yeah.
They're-
Dude, to do that, they must build additional pylons. I'm just saying.
I mean,
They can do whatever they want once it's that. Once it's business on.
I just, because what does Amazon own in terms of
oh
TV
gosh,
entertainment?
they own.
TV?
Oh goodness, now I gotta look this up. Chance, I don't want to do that. Amazon,
I'm
what
sorry.
do they own? Let's just see what Amazon owns. Oh goodness, Disneyzon,
Amazon.
Frick, whatever your name is, Grant.
Grant, whatever your
Okay.
name is.
So let's see.
I
There's
can't wait to the Disney's on world.
All right. So Amazon has 19 subsidiaries: A9.com, Amazon Maritime, Annapurna Labs, which I'm pretty sure Annapurna is actually working on. Pretty sure Annapurna
I
is
haven't heard
working
of
on
any of these. by the way.
microelectronics company. Audible, the Beijing Century Joyo Courier Services, Brilliance Audio, Cosmizology. I don't know what that is.
Cosmology.
No, Comixology. I don't know how you say that. Create Space, Arrow, Goodreads, Health Navigator, Jungly, Kuiper Systems, Lab 126, Ring, Shelfari, Souk, SOUQ, Twitch, and then Whole Foods Market. That's what they own.
Okay.
All I'm saying is, even though Amazon's subsidiaries are things you've probably never heard of, their stock prices are so much higher than Disney's.
Are
Grant
they?
that. No, I mean you're not wrong, but
I mean,
I mean that's not necessarily the worth of the company, but that's like the difference between is $3,000 compared to $130.
I'll let you have that one, Grant. But I mean, if you take a look though at the overall like market value of the companies, hold on, I'm looking at this right now. Disney's
Look at
total
it.
market value is 236 billion. Actually, I think Amazon is in the trillions.
well, because here's the thing, right? If you're talking about stocks, dude, Dan's your man. Okay, you start talking about stocks, dude, he's gonna be all over that.
Yeah, so the market cap of Amazon is much higher, but in terms of I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say this. I'm trying to educate. So when it comes to stock price, it almost doesn't necessarily matter because there could be splits and all this stuff. So it really just depends on the market cap, and that kind of gives you a general idea. But I mean, like if you just take Disney as a whole, like it's such a big company, and the thing is that Amazon is huge as well. We just don't know how big they are because we're only focused on like what we can buy. Oh, they might have Amazon Video. Oh, they have Whole Foods and Twitch, but they have all these other things. So
Yeah.
yeah. So you're not necessarily wrong, Grant. You're just not fully
Fully right.
you're not fully right.
I'm not fully educated, but I'll take what I
Yeah.
can spew.
So technically speaking, in a sense, you're right. I'll give you
And
that.
love me by Disney. Thank you. All right. So,
By Disney.
anyways,
Actually, don't buy Disney right now. Don't buy Disney. It's a bad idea.
Wow.
Disclaimer: do not use this to buy any stocks. We are not professionals.
Oh, not. Don't
And
listen to me.
Not.
Holy
Dan's
cow.
the only professional here.
I'm
I
not a
just sit here and
professional.
listen. I'm gonna let Dan do my stocks for me.
Dan
So
works
yeah,
for
money.
Amazon. I think he knows.
Okay.
All right. So, moving on to okay. Jeez, I just like freaking I was looking at my page and everything just left, like words, and I thought I was gonna start speaking a different language.
He had a brain fart.
Something like that. So we're going to
You
talk
good,
about what
Grant?
games we've been playing. You know, it could have been a stroke, it might not have been.
Should be a stroke.
Okay.
But I'm good now.
It is what it is.
Solid. So the games that we've been playing. Dan, why don't you start us off?
I'm sipping Lacroix, bro, and you tell me to talk. I almost spat it out. There's a few games that I've been playing. All right, I've been playing Destiny. I have actually not been playing that as much as I probably should be because there's a lot to grind right now. I have also been playing Stellaris a little bit with Chance and his roommate Terry. Different games. We need to get back into that, Chance, by the way.
Yes.
I've been playing Tarkov a little bit. I do have a video that I have recorded. I'm slowly editing it. It's gonna be pretty much like a Tarkov, like should you buy it or not? It's gonna be pretty funny if I can actually do what I want to do, but I haven't done video stuff in a while, so it's definitely not gonna be what's in my head, but I still think it'll be pretty good. Call of Duty. I don't care about Call of Duty, but I play it because every time I play with you guys, I just crap on the other team. Like I go 70-10 like it's nothing. So play Call of Duty.
He just
Also,
he siphons all the skill out of us. It just goes right into him.
Literally.
Like dear Lord.
no, and then I've also been playing stock market. So
Okay. All right, Dan.
Yeah.
it's fun. I like it.
Chance, what have you been up to?
Well, I'd let everybody here know, and I'll say it again just in case anybody who wants to know. Remnant from the Ashes. Been playing a little bit of that with
Oh, that's right.
Terry, who my roommate. I think Michael a little bit has been playing with us, except he's moving right now, so that's why he hasn't been on all today.
Mm.
I know I told you guys to download, and anyone else who cares to know in the chat right now. Up until it's August, correct?
Yeah.
Up until August 20th, Remnant from the Ashes is completely free to own on the Epic Game Store, so you can go ahead and grab that. I haven't touched Stellaris in the last few days. I've been mostly touching Halo Wars 2, MCC Master Chief Collection, a Modern Warfare. Trying to grind out that new battle pass. I'm already like a third of the way done.
Gross.
It hasn't even
Oh,
been out
scuffed.
for like a week yet.
Scuffed. It's scuffed.
Oh
There we
no,
go.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm pulling up.
Dad,
Listen, I'm pulling
no
up the
way.
Epic. I'm pulling up the Epic Games launcher to see if that Total War Troy is still free.
It is not because
It's not
that was
anymore.
only,
Okay.
that was
24
only,
hours.
Yep, it was free
Gotcha.
for the first 24 hours that it was into the store. So if you
Gotcha.
didn't grab it, well, now you have to pay for it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's been pretty much it. Couple shooters, couple RTSs, and a new Souls-like.
I do own it. I
So-
just have to install it, but I don't know if I want to play if it's Souls-like because I don't like the Souls games because I'm
Here-
really bad at them.
Here's the thing: it's Souls-like, but it does not play like a Souls game.
I'll try it then.
Okay.
Grant, tell us what you've been doing.
I also downloaded Remnant from the Ashes upon Chance's absolute begging me because he just loves being able to play games with me specifically. And then other than that, this week I've been very heavy into Modern Warfare, even though the servers have been horrid, absolutely horrid. Every time, like whenever I start playing, when I look at players, I freeze. Like it's bad. But
Nice.
I've been grinding out the battle pass even through those trials and difficulties in my life. And I think I'm almost halfway through it right now. So that's been fun.
I have to say, it does not take a long time to get through the battle pass. It only takes like about 2 weeks. That's about it.
If you're very consistently grinding it the way that we do, yes. But if you like have a family life and a social life outside of video games, like because right now, like this is my social life is playing
if
games
you
with friends.
Same.
if you have a normal life,
Yeah, if you're not playing video games every chance that you get, like I would be playing even more if I had my normal shifts instead of my 10.5-hour shifts. So I mean, yeah, it just depends on how much time you actually spend on it outside of work
yeah,
and life, real life.
I understand that.
life is
Does
paid.
anyone have any good news from this week? I have one, and that's it's Friday, my dudes.
That
It
is some
is
good
Friday,
news.
my
I actually
dudes.
couldn't really find too much, and I don't want to end that in a negative note, but I was looking around and I couldn't find anything that really grabbed my attention. I mean, of course, we have coronavirus, um, vaccine hopes, stuff's moving forward. Oh, I will say this: I'm not sure if it's necessarily positive, but I don't know if you guys heard, but Vladimir Putin, he came out to say that Russia has created the first vaccine and like passed it through to like make it on the market to where, or like put it on the market where people can get it. But the bad news about that is apparently like he tested it on, I think someone said like 20 people and that's it, and just pushed it out. And he's like, well, if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, then rip. So
Oof.
maybe end that on a funny note.
Well,
I don't know if that's even funny
for all you
though.
animal lovers, there was a panda in a national zoo that is pregnant, so we'll have yet another panda in the world, and that's just wonderful.
Yes.
And also in Kenya, there's an elephant baby boom, which is
Right.
fantastic because baby elephants and
Baby
also
elephants are the cutest,
Now,
actually.
also just elephants in general. I mean,
here's the thing:
elephants.
are elephants and pandas on the endangered species list?
I
Pandas, I think, are. I'm not sure about elephants.
I think
Okay.
it's a certain type of elephant. I don't remember what it is, but it's so I learned this actually when I was in elementary school and somehow still remember it. Elephants, there's like you can tell which elephant it is by like the shape of their ears. That's like how you can there's like 3 or 4 different species I think of elephants, or maybe just 2. But I want to say elephants aren't. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
I mean, all right. But
I
now,
thought
in
for
terms
sure.
of good luck or good news here, after the unfortunate crashing of Terry's Mustang, he has already got a new car from Tuesday.
Oh,
He
congrats,
just
Terry.
he just got it today,
Terry's
and
gonna have to make
it's a lot better.
he's gonna have to make a guest appearance one day.
Even when it's local good news, it's still good news, my dudes.
Yeah. Anything
Yeah,
that's
Dan,
good.
are you prepared to roll the clip?
What?
I
Oh
was,
shoot.
I was
No.
just saying. Yeah,
Hold on.
you,
I'll
you
find
get
it. I'll
that
find
ready.
it.
You get that
All this
ready.
time.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, this is the second
Alright.
car crash, and I haven't died yet.
Hey,
Yikes.
that's good. Second one, not just in your life, but in a year.
Now,
All right.
oh no, actually no, that one happened in 2019. The first one did. That was back on
That was
Tim's
in
birthday.
December 2019, though.
No, it was on Tim's birthday. Right? Yeah, it was Tim's birthday. We're going to Whitefish to go and do the. Okay, Dan, I don't need to.
I mean, it's playing.
It's playing.
Did it
But it's up in
work?
the corner. It's up
Yeah,
in the
it's right
corner.
over my face.
Face.
Where the did it just disappeared? Where is it?
It just played all the way through
Well,
over
I
my
don't know.
face.
I hope you saw
What
that. Do I need to do it again?
You need to like somehow enlarge that cheese.
I'm so confused. 'Cause, like I couldn't hear that.
Oh no, I have.
Oh, boys, this
I
is going to be
Terry,
up on
you
the
come on,
BroTalk
Terry,
channel.
that's the best. Hold on, I want to do that again.
All right, we're going to do it one more time.
Doing it one more time.
Nope, still covering his face.
I don't care. I can't hear it. So. Yeah.
You gotta love Dan's twerk.
Why
No,
do I look
it's-
so dead inside?
Because that's the one. Okay, so that was the time.
Okay,
Chance, listen, that was the time to where I literally screamed into the headset to wake you up right before I clicked start. And you're like, huh? And then you were sitting there as it was going so we could, like, before we started, you were just sitting there dead inside.
what's interesting is that Tim, Chance, and I's reactions of Dan twerking were all right there. Like you saw me laughing, you saw Tim laughing, chuckling it up, and Chance just
I don't even remember watching you twerk. I don't.
Because
I have
you
no
were
recollection
half
of that day.
asleep.
I have no.
all
I
those
looked.
reactions were happening at the exact same time, which is what I think is even funnier about this shit.
So let me know when you want my cameo of twerking, dude. Just let me know and I'll do it.
Oh, by the way, I have the same underwear on right now. Just saying. The like red
Dude,
striped Where's
Can
Waldo ones. I
confirm.
got it.
Can confirm.
Can
Bro, I'm
confirm.
just sitting here wearing fucking friggin' swim trunks.
Okay, Chance.
That's all I'm wearing. So
Okay.
Well, bros and broettes, I suppose, if I
Maybe.
could call y'all that, bros and broettes. Thank you for
Uh,
coming.
wait.
Thanks for watching. Whether it's live or post live, that means after we're live.
Post
in
live.
case you didn't know.
Post live.
Post
Live or
live.
post live. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, suggestions. Thumbs up if you like, thumbs down. If you didn't, tell us why not, because we know that we're not near perfect on this, and we are open and love suggestions. But thank you for coming.
Yeah.
It's Friday, my dudes.
It's Friday, my
Ha-
dudes.
over and
hashtag-
Unless if you're listening to this not on Friday, then it is not Friday, my dudes. It'll probably be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and not Friday.
Wow, that's like
Bro,
one of the
just
other days
saying.
of the week.
Bro, I'm just gonna say hashtag give Chance a better webcam.
Chance, just go buy one.
What money?
It's not that hard. You go to the store and you buy a webcam. Gosh. GG.
We'll see y'all next Tuesday.
We'll see y'all next Tuesday. I hate it.